Welcome in live here from the Edge on John Street for another game. It's Madison again, but instead of Naperville, the Chicago Portagers are ready for their first of two on the day as they near the end of their regular season. Hello, everybody, and welcome into this broadcast. Same crew with you, Nate Royer on camera, Gorz, our producer, Chris and Courtney, color commentator. My name's Luke Jorden. A pleasure to be with you as always for more box lacrosse action. We just saw a sensational 19-16 victory for the Naperville Bobcats, their first of the season. That moves Madison now down to 2-3, losing consecutive games after a struggle against Milwaukee most recently prior to this weekend. And now on top of all that, you have to play a game after already playing a game.
Yeah. That's going to be a challenge. We talked about it all the first game, how conservative and how aggressive Madison was going to be, especially with the numbers they have. And we can see right now there's only one man on the Madison's bench. So fatigue's definitely going to be a factor for the Milkmen in today's matchup.
This game will be unique. 10-minute running quarters, considering time constraints here at the Edge. And definitely numbers leaning one direction over the other. Now, Madison's getting the Naperville-like treatment where they've got 6 guys to start the game that we can see. Who knows, maybe the others are just sitting. And there's a backhand goal to get things started for Chicago. It's 1-0.
Yeah, hopefully Madison has some other people coming in. Last game they had a few more people on their bench, I think 4 or 5.
Zach Adelino taking faceoffs once again for Chicago. Got some good reps last time around, their most recent home game at the Creek, where they took care of the Bobcats, but in a very high-scoring game. Second meeting and final meeting between these two that we know of on the season. Chicago won the first one at Madison, 17-8 back on June 20th. It's been quite some time since these two teams have met. Here's Barrett Carter. He'll feed across and just could not be held.
Chicago's really been Madison's kryptonite for as long as we can remember. 12-0 against the Milkmen.
Yep, 13th all-time meeting between these two. It's 12-0 in favor of Chicago. Odds are not favoring the Milkmen, but you play the game for a reason. Harris goes from range, and Larson just gets over in time to make the save.
Almost a nonchalant save right there by Larson. He stepped to the right and saved it.
Now DeCarlo, fake, and a stop by Isaacson. He saw a lot of the fake finish moves against Naperville, and he was ready for that one. Fed across. Caritas, then put on by Yarworth, the save there. Now it's back behind the goal. Not much time left on the shot clock, and they're saying a push as is. So Chicago will get a hold of it. Bailey Smith tries to dump it off in front. It's slapped out of the air by Kevin Signar, but wide. Repossessed. Flung out for Bailey Smith. Goes across. Slim time on the shot clock. Peterson just tries at the buzzer and a save, which allows it to reset, but does not matter. Madison gets a hold of it. Now Harris.
Good job in there in transition for the Portagers, stopping the fast break, especially when they're subbing out.
Tennis shoot. Harris trudging his way inside, and he's knocked over by Adelino in the end. Looks like a little bit of frustration from Harris on no call, but we'll play on. Talon Luttrell goes from range and scores.
Wow.
Snuck it by Larson, and we're tied.
Great shot right there from range, as you said, Luke.
Dallin Luttrell's first goal of this one. He had 2 goals in the previous game, so third on the day. Every single Madison runner got on the board. Pretty insane. Williams, Hogendorf, Yarworth, Keisley, Osleeslow, Harris, Walker, Caritas, Luttrell. All scored in that game against Naperville, and still they did not win. Quite incredible. As Cooley now gets a hold of it, hands it down to Dorn. Zach Dorn. Just out of reach for Kevin Signar.
Yeah, to have the ability that everybody on your team is a threat to score, and that's literally what the Milkmen had last game. That's quite the luxury to have on offense.
Numbers are still arriving in. For Chicago. Not much reinforcement for Madison, as you'd imagine. It'd be pretty stunning to see somebody come after the first game and play in the second for Madison. Boys, that Portagers bench already getting busy.
Night and day if you look under the benches.
So a penalty here. It was assessed to Kevin Signar. I did not see it, to be frankly honest with you. So now Madison's got their first man-up opportunity of this one. They're 0 for 2 in the game against Naperville, so some would say they're due for one. DiCarlo in the crease gives it out. Zach Onolino, the Lewis grad. He's missing another Lewis buddy in Paul Ruskowski today. It's a key blow.
Portagers probably just looking to kill this penalty right now.
Yep, Peterson backing in the corner. And then Madison can get back into structure. Yarworth from distance. That one is near the line, kept off. Snuck through the legs of Larson, but really slowed down and spun out, kind of. Weird looking from a really good angle over here.
Some high velocity and power behind that shot as well. Almost snuck through.
Cooley, a couple of fakes. Good save.
Oh.
Zach Dorn trying to run over Williams, but Williams escapes the pile. He's grabbing his hamstring. It's not a good look. Mind you, already the numbers they have on this bench. You're hoping that's a cramp. And
Kind
nothing
of an awkward
serious.
hit he took.
I mean, he has not really moved. And he's going to come off. Meanwhile, Larson makes a save. That one comes into the Portagers bench. Stays Madison ball. Good pressure here on Luttrell. Almost pulled free by Carter. Now Luttrell drives, puts it off the side. And here comes Chicago.
High intensity defense being played right now by the Portagers.
That looked like it might have been a push. Cooley trailing man on the move. It goes wide. It's just once again Madison kind of finding themselves in this back and forth transition game that they don't want to play a part in right now.
Yeah.
And now you see they're really starting to calm it down. No need to be running back and forth considering the miles you've covered already today. Save Larson.
And we're kind of seeing that on the offensive side. They're taking shots outside instead of cutting in a one-man show, which he kind of did in the earlier game today.
Cycle going on the far side. Signar goes up top. Peterson. And they just completely lose track of time. Got to shoot from up top there.
Yeah, that was a good look, good setup, a little real concept right there by the Portagers. Just they got to the top and did not take a shot. As you said, Luke, probably lost track of time. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
Friendly reminder, anybody listening in or watching, we've got a live chat going. If you want to pop in, say some stuff, we are very open to hearing out your thoughts today. Save there by Larson. Love to be your companion all day. Got another game coming after this one. It's been moved to 5:15 p.m. And that's it on the first. Boy, did that whiz by.
Yeah.
We're in front of the clock here. We can't really see it behind us. And let me tell you, if I were to guess, I would have thought there's at least 3 minutes left. Forget that. We're done with one quarter. And it's 1-1. So it'll be a low-scoring game today. And it's an even game. Chicago with a lot of looks, but Dolan Isaacson somehow is able to make the saves necessary, and we're far from finished.
Yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from the Milkmen, but you would think they'd come out here and they'd be exhausted, considering they just played an absolutely intense game earlier on.
Well, especially after the first goal, you thought this was probably going to be like a what? 3-0, 4-0 quarter for the Portagers?
Exactly. Considering the Portagers scored right away, but the Milkmen able to, hang in there and tie this game up.
DJ Lubes is real aggressive with his words right now. Talk about grabbing somebody's attention. I think me and Christian looked over here like he was our coach.
Yeah.
He is a coach. I believe he was, I don't know if he currently does, but 2 years back he was coaching at Lyons Township, I want to say, or one of the high schools, and he played a game at the Creek, and there were probably double-digit count of his kids that he coached, like
Really?
watching at the game, and they were a fun section. They were a blast to be a part of.
That's awesome.
It's always cool. It's like us going and cheering on Wood.
Yeah.
Except we watched him get put on skates today.
Yeah.
He bounced back. His team did. Naperville got that first win. I just can't believe, that was so bizarre.
That was amazing. That was an amazing moment.
Yeah, we're gonna give him crap for a good while now. I'll at least be seeing him tomorrow, and I'll be letting him hear it.
Yeah.
Here when they take on the Rivermen. Hopefully I see him in Iowa City, too. National tournament on the way.
That would be lovely.
Signar, we know we'll see him there. He played at the Hawkeyes club team years back. Smith fires wide, and that's going to be an over and back. So now a chance to set up for Madison with Williams getting things started. He was the one who was pulling on that hamstring, but appears to be good enough to keep going. As it looks, 3 guys on the Madison bench right now. You really don't want to lose another.
Yeah.
Here's Jared Yarworth. Yarworth, 2 goals in the earlier game today. Luttrell's getting bullied. DJ Lubes, who was delivering passion in his defensive speech on the bench, is also showing it in person as that one chucked on and stay made. Good feed in front. It's Peterson who snipes it home. And now Chicago finally breaks that tie.
Yeah.
With velocity, too. In a
Good.
blink, that thing was in the top left corner.
Peterson Good job by him getting out and running in transition when they had the fast break, making himself an outlet, and he got himself a goal and opens up this lead to 1.
Adelino against Harris. Max Harris played at Shrine. Graduated in 2019. He has the ball popped free off what was a successful looking faceoff. And now Peterson trying to do it not once, but almost twice. Bouncing high in the air, rattling around, and then settled down. Peterson, Smith, no look, feed in front. Isaacson the save. Looked like it was going to go slightly over the net anyway, but why not for safe measure?
I'm impressed how he was able to collect that pass. That was high up.
Yarworth. Williams. Now Walker, save Larson, who does not move an inch on that stop. And Cooley the other way. Doesn't look like they'll attack here. Plenty of changes to be made. 3 fresh bodies out there. One of them, Zach Dorn, who's got the ball now. Dorn. Trying to shift his way in. Zach Dorn, backdoor. Smith just off mark. Back around the horn it goes again, but they're out of time. Not going to count. Shot clock violation.
Some good offensive play by the Portagers. A lot of cutters and a lot of people moving. Creating good opportunities, just haven't been able to bury them home just yet.
This pass flung up in the air, doesn't hit the ceiling, and it's brought down by Carter. Carter scores. Eric Carter is on the board, and he now doubles the Chicago lead.
Yeah, that was a good placement of the shot right there by Carter. We see a lot of people when they're on fast breaks, a lot of pump fakes, head fakes. Right there, Carter just places the ball right where it needed to be.
Maybe a little bit of help from Naperville, too, because you saw the fakes, and then it was put up into the top right corner, whereas a lot of those fast break opportunities, they were looking top left for Naperville.
Yeah.
So Isaacson becoming accustomed to one side, and it bit him there. 3-1. Face-off scraped aside to Peterson. And they score. It's Williams out in front. I'm completely thrown off. There's a new Madison player on the floor. That's not Austin Curtis, is it? Oh, no.
Nonetheless, a quick response right there by the Milkmen. Cut this lead down to 1.
4:35 to go here in the second. And now DJ Loops. Up for Peterson. Peterson, good feed in front. McKenzie, and what a save by Isaacson. Probably his best, if not second best yet on the entire day.
Yeah, he clipped that with his right foot. Oh my goodness, that was a great save.
Here goes Williams. That one ends up out of play. Watch out. Over by the vending machines here at the edge on John Street. Smith now. Bailey Smith just floats it out for DeCarlo. Active college player at Ohio Wesleyan, off for Kevin Signar. Watch out. I mean, are you just trying to damage our equipment, Mr. Cooper Carides? Got our producer going out for it. I don't think there's much of a way to get that one up and through, Rad. And we can just roll it over to the
souvenir.
Watch this. Go. I don't think it went too far.
No.
Try to rattle it around the wall to the Portagers bench. Didn't work out. Right at us again. Good shot by Peterson, but a better denial. And it's Jorden coming right back in for Signar. What a save. It's inside the left pad of Isaacson. And here comes Austin Curtis, known Madison Milkmen player. To the net and wide. Out of all the players you could have lended over for this game, they chose Austin.
I mean, how fun would it be to play against your own team?
No, I agree.
That'd
but
be pretty interesting.
Are you really trying to win at that point?
That's a fair question. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
I mean, you're talking about an undefeated season on the line here. Pending a result later against the Rivermen as well, but well, Yarworth now taking a tumble. Field getting a little more slippery. Oh, how about this?
Oh my!
And
goodness.
a BTB finish. Corey Consonis might have had his big toe in the crease, but we're gonna forget it even happened. What a BTB there from Corey.
What a beautiful sequence for the Portagers and capping it off with a BTB goal. And I can never get the hang of a BTB when I play lacrosse. Especially how these guys do it. They do it with such accuracy and precision. I could never.
So we got some Austin Curtis face-off action going on. Oh, it's not a fun hack to take. DeCarlo still battling. And Brian Larson gets credit for the ground ball on the face-off. That's not every day. Here comes Cooley. Backing up, screen set for him. Bit of space now, overhanded wide. Bailey Smith recollects, feeds in front. McKenzie puts it 5-hole.
Great job right there by McKenzie. He fakes up top and then he goes low.
Fifth-year Portager, making his veteran presence felt as it takes us to the end of the half. 5-2, Chicago going on a tear to finish the first 20, not 30, 20. We've got 20 to go here from the edge on John Street. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Chicago Portagers YouTube channel. And right on cue, we're back for the second half. Another 10-minute quarter is underway, and that's why it's 5-2. A little scoring affair, but pretty on pace for your usual game. Through 20 minutes of action. It's usually about a full quarter and then 5 minutes of the next 15. So, condensed game here. We'll be moving to the Salt Creek Sports Center for the final game at 5:15 p.m. Fort Wayne and Chicago. McKenzie denied in front. Pardon me, that was Jorden. Now play to the side, Signar. Up top, Peterson from range. Gets blocked off. Recollected. Smith again. Bailey Smith overhanding that one over the shoulder of Dallin Isaacson. He saw Isaacson low and knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, just snuck that one right by Isaacson. Good placement in the top right corner.
Bailey Smith, the captain of this Chicago team. You see why? Goaltender change, by the way. David Leonard's now in for Brian Larson. Not the busiest of halves for Larson. And depending on how much Leonard faces, probably won't be the busiest half for him either, considering the condensed time, an extra 10 minutes off. Including a running clock as well, so.
Now, did the Portagers usually flip-flop? I know they do flip-flop between goalies, but is it like second half they make a goalie change?
Yep. Usually at the half they'll change. Whoever was starting will come off.
Both of them are going to play somewhat of a full game today then.
Yeah, they'll get their chances later. Here comes Corey Constance in the meantime. Gets it ahead for Carter, looking for a second goal, and he's got just that. 7-2 in the blink of an eye. Chicago's really starting to run away from the race here.
Yeah, and right there was just a good shot to angle it down low, bounce it into the top left corner. And for Isaacson, that's a hard save. For any goalie, that's a hard save.
Look at this race. Curtis against McKenzie. They've probably been waiting to do that for a long time. Two teammates and still teammates. Just a temporary loan. And now he'll get to shoot on Leonard maybe. Instead tries to feed it through, and Curtis a couple of mistakes in this one, maybe getting out his bad game now and saving his better one for later. As Kevin Signar now gets a hold of it. Got a couple of new numbers for Chicago we'll kind of deal with through the day. Get those confirmed before the following matchup. Time running slim on the shot clock. Here's Jorden with the cannon.
Just like you said, Luke, one of the fastest shots in lacrosse.
Yeah.
On display right there as he's rifling that one to the back of the net.
Adelino again for Chicago. Williams for the Milkmen. Adelino wins it 8-2. Chicago looking for a 7-0 record. Today, their last set of home games. This one technically neutral site, but really still a home game for Chicago. Playing at Naperville's facility. Shot clock violation. Naperville used to play at the Naperville Lacrosse Arena up until this year. Now this is their home. Chicago's always stayed at the creek. Leonard wears that one right at the chest. And you see that pain lunging back in for Williams, who can barely walk at this point.
Yeah.
Really hope he's all right. Smith, bounce pass over, give and go off the post. And fresh legs in, Liam Walker will not score. Good pass up the floor for Signar, who fakes it. Signar out in front and another. 9-2.
And this game's really opened up here in the second half. Portagers starting to run away with it. As we've mentioned, the Milkmen are coming off a game that they played just about, what, 30-ish minutes ago?
Yeah.
And the high-intensity one at that. It's a tough task to face, for sure, especially with low numbers.
Look at this chase from Curtis. Cooley wants to defend him. Doesn't do so successfully. That's in the net. Williams with the goal. Curtis with the assist for the Madison Milkmen.
2 Portagers scoring on the Portagers.
That's fun.
Yeah. An own goal in a sense. Not really, but.
You know, Curtis has been waiting for that point against Chicago. Maybe he's thinking about permanently residing in Madison. Who knows?
Who knows?
Here goes Harris. He's immovable right now. Harris through 2. Oh my gosh! Almost in the back of the net. Crease violation instead.
Harris is a big guy, and he just powered his way through the whole defense right there. And how impressive would it have been if he finished that and scored? It was already impressive how he was able to maneuver his way through.
Backdoor feed, good try. DeCarlo the rebound, and that won't go either. Stays with Chicago, reset shot clock. But a good save there by Isaacson. Played at 2 different D2 colleges in his field lacrosse goalie career. As here comes Dorn just wide of the net. Freshman, sophomore year at Maryville. Couple of the Lewis guys on the Portagers know Maryville very well, maybe too well. Good save by Isaacson yet again. Then his junior and senior year were spent at Wheeling. 2-on-1. Is it Yarworth? No. Punched away by Leonard on a nice save.
Good save right there by Leonard. In the face of 3 attackmen for the Milkmen, able to prevent another goal.
Walker's been impressive today. He'll just get it ahead here. Everybody's playing just about every position for Madison today. You've got your defenders, your attackers, your transition guys, whatever it is. Everybody has likely played a role at some sort with the short numbers as they watch Cooley go ahead and extend the lead even further. Do have a Portager down. He seems to be all right. That's one of the newer ones that we're trying to get a number on. And it's 10 goals now for Chicago. Got 25 seconds left here in the third. And then another 10 minutes, and then we'll be done with this one. So we'll definitely have time to go eat. That's good. I'm sure you guys are all like, great. Love to see where your mind is when the game's literally going on. Look, when things happen, you have to make changes. You have to Make sure your appetite's ready for it. Good save, and that's how we end 3. It's 2:05 p.m. We are breezing through this one. And
You got that right.
got just one more quarter coming. Trying to reload on this not so great Wi-Fi and see if anybody said anything in the live chat. Just doesn't want to cooperate with me today. Chicago trying to move to 7-0, and Madison trying to avoid just about 3 hours of their time to lose 2 games. Chicago Portagers, an undefeated BLL regular season last year. They lost in a crossover game to the Grand Rapids Grizzlies of the North American Box Lacrosse League. But they were stellar up until that Harvest Classic, and then they lost 3 games. So, looking to try to change things around. Now they don't have to travel to Denver. That's pretty nice. It's a 3-hour drive from here to Iowa City.
Yeah.
Playing a huge advantage to teams like Madison, teams like Chicago, obviously Naperville. Milwaukee will drive a little further, but it's not bad.
It's better than Denver, that's for sure.
Yeah. Iowa Dogfish, I'm not sure if they're participating in it because they are a senior B team, but if they do, it's literally right in their backyard, so I don't see why not. Depends on if they get invited, I'd assume. And it's not bad. I mean, it might be a little hard to fly to, but overall, it's a pretty neutral location for where a lot of these teams are from.
Yeah.
I mean, so is Denver. There's a lot of West Coast teams, but just looking at Senior A, you've got Rocky Mountain, who's in Denver. You got Chicago, who's in Chicago. Milwaukee, who's in Milwaukee. Madison is in Madison. Colorado Springs. Salt Lake, and then Naperville. So, not as much West Coast in Senior A. In Senior B, there is a lot. A couple of Californian teams. And there's... Did that one not go in?
Nah, that
No?
deflected off the goalie and the post in the same
I
shot.
missed it. It's Curtis the other way, saved by Leonard. Sure the Chicago bench will be letting Curtis hear for that one.
Got some fans in attendance today.
It's a little rowdy. I'm sure it'll get a little better at the Creek, too. And how about that from Yarworth? Visiting fans can have their cheering moment.
Yarworth's been very impressive today. Between the both 2 games he's played, he's proven dividends on the offensive side of the ball.
Chicago trying to end up 1 point behind Rocky Mountain in the standings, who are 8-0. Chicago's 6-0. Then it's Milwaukee, who's actually 4-6. Then Madison will be 3-4 after this game with a forfeited victory included in there. So really, it looks like a 2-headed dragon up at the front, and Chicago just continues to score, and they're going to likely continue to win.
Yeah, and what a pass right there by Kevin Signar. He had one hand tangled up with the defender, kind of just shovels it, and gets himself an assist.
Time continues to tick. Can you see the clock?
A little bit. Let me get a better view.
My neck hurts.
Just under 8 minutes. 7:55.
Thank you. Here's Lubes down to the line. Smith across. Oh my goodness. It's like watching the Harlem Globetrotters right now.
That was a thing of beauty.
Just casually.
I believe he got the shot off in midair before he even landed. It was in the back of the net.
Oh, come on, Bailey. There we go. Not his best ground ball there. But they'll take it. DeCarlo backing up. Getting a couple of changes in here. 12-4. If there's one person who could have hauled that pass down, it would have been Kevin Signar. And it's turned over. Might see a bit of a push here from Madison. They're about to empty the tank, and Chicago's trying to hang on to theirs. Don't want to tire yourself out too much more. It is a very winnable game against Fort Wayne, but you never know what can happen if you don't come fully prepared.
Yeah, a lot of factors playing into that game in a few hours. One of them being that they're going to have to make a little bit of a road trip. Not far, but definitely a little bit awkward. They're going to have to go to the Salt Creek.
It's dumped into the corner. Now Jorden picks it up. One of the many scorers in this game almost finds another. Brought down. Curtis couldn't get a hold of it at first. Williams just on a run for fun. You can tell that hamstring feels a little better.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's pretty impressive. Williams was able to evade 3 Chicago Portagers defenders and clear the ball for his team.
Yeah, one heck of a solo clear. Nice stick work by DJ Lubes. Creates a chance the other way. Another goal at that.
That's just a one-on-one right there. Isaacson has faced plenty of those today.
You can see the exhaustion starting to show.
Yeah.
Madison getting a good workout in today. No question about that. 5 minutes left to go. Before we move on to the next, Fort Wayne versus Chicago at 5:15. We will be a commuting crew. Got to get everything in the car. About a 25-minute drive to the creek. And then we'll set up, eat some dinner.
Eat some food, yeah.
Naps is calling. I don't know. You feeling pizza?
Bro, look at me. I'm always feeling pizza.
You feeling pizza? Yeah? All right, cool. Can't go wrong with this one. Good save there. Watch out. Bailey Smith on a good back-checking effort. But it's still Williams with the ball in his pocket. I guess I spoke too soon. Smith off the speakers on the ceiling. That's going to be Madison ball. Seen it all today. I didn't even realize those speakers were there until now. I don't know how.
Yeah, I noticed that when I first walked in. I thought it was going to be a lot more trouble than it has been, but
I think that's the first time. Well, this is only our 3rd game now here at the Edge, but that's the first time those speakers have been hit. Keisley couldn't corral the rebound. How about a try from Latrell? That won't go either. And it's perfectly cleared ahead now for Carter. 2-on-1. He's got Bailey Smith. Why not utilize him? Bailey Smith. Saved by Isaacson. Great stop.
That was a great save right there by Isaacson. Kind of lunging to his right side, able to get his shoulder up and block the goal.
Loose out in front. Recollected. Leaping try. Save Leonard. Looked to have maybe hit the netting, but we're far away. Perhaps high glass, and now Peterson with a loose touch per se. One-handed snare now by Curtis. Thrown out in front, hit out in front. That was Walker who just got mauled. And now here comes Cooley. Over for Cameron McKenzie. Avoids the crease and peels out.
Portagers looking to sub.
That might be the first time I've ever seen Cameron McKenzie pass on a scoring opportunity. And now they're running out of time. 5 to shoot. Smith can't leap and grab. And Curtis is going to turn on the Jets the other way. Curtis again missing. Now Peterson. Smith crashing, won't hit him. Still very up-tempo offense for Chicago. Screen set by Peterson, thrown up top for Smith. Tried to float a pass in front for Peterson, not a terrible idea, but there were heads in the lane.
Yeah, had to get through about 4 or 5 sticks right there.
Yarworth. Off for Caritas. There's under 100 seconds left to go. Looks like 122 and counting.
Oh, that's a rifle shot right there.
And it's Yarworth yet again. So 13-5. Face off one, DiCarlo.
13 goals in only 40 minutes of running clock action is pretty impressive.
Thrown wide of the goal, recollected and scored. That might bleed us out. 14-5 will be the final here. And you can see the white flag just being waved by Madison. They did all they could today, a really tough stretch. A close one with Naperville, a not so close one with Chicago. And the Portagers moved to 7-0. We're going to go 8-0 in just a couple of hours.
Yeah,
surely
if you're
the
the
buzzer
Milkmen,
will hit anytime soon, or did they cut it off? They cut the buzzer at 1/10 of a second. Nice. Don't have to hear it right in our ears over here. You're saying?
If you're the Milkmen, you got to hang your heads up high. They're coming off a tough game, and not a lot of legs on their team either.
So Madison still one more matchup with Naperville coming up next Saturday, and then the next weekend it's the national tournament. So the Harvest Classic in the horizon. Chicago wins another one. 14-5 your final, and their day's not finished. They'll clock right out of here and move into the Creek for their game at 5:15. It's under 3 hours from opening face-off in that one. For Nate Royer, Red Gorz, Christian Courtney, my name's Luke Jorden, signing off on yet another Chicago victory here in 2026.